He's Gordon Hayward, the Boston Celtics forward guard. He joins us on behalf of Dick's Sporting Goods, and we'll have more on that coming up. More of your phone calls as well. So we welcome in the Celtics star, Gordon Hayward. And I'm sure you're probably tired of talking about your broken ankle and the injury and the recovery. So I'll ask you, what would you like to talk about today?
I guess we could talk about getting ready for Christmas at my house. We have two little girls, and so they're pretty excited.
Okay, your wife's got to pick up the slack for you, doesn't she?
Yeah, she definitely does. She's gone a little winter wonderland crazy at our house with all the decorations. But it's she says it's for the girls. I think it's secretly for herself to look at.
Do you have a favorite football team?
The Colts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, tough year for you.
Yeah, we're having it down there.
Yeah, tough year. Did you ever meet Andrew Luck?
I don't know if I've ever met him. No.
But did you play
like over in Europe or something, right?
Yeah, he's doing some treatment over. I don't know what they're doing over there in Europe. Did you think of getting treatment over there for your injury?
We haven't talked about going over there. Right now, I'm progressing so well that they kind of feel like we don't need to explore some of those options.
Where did you expect to be with this recovery at this time?
You know what? I really didn't have too many expectations. Like this is the first injury that I've had that's been like serious. And so I've never had to go through something like this, and honestly have kind of just taken it, day by day and week by week. Like, as cliche as that sounds, that's really how it's been for me. And they haven't put any expectations on me. I haven't really put any on myself, except for, just to go in and complete the rehab and, try to increase my range of motion each day and, do different things that I wasn't able to do a week ago. So I really haven't expected anything.
What was worse, the pain or the depression?
Definitely the depression. The pain it's been painful, but it's nothing like, sitting around watching, the team you were supposed to be playing with this year. I signed to play for the Boston Celtics this year, only to now sit and watch the Boston Celtics play all year. So it's that part's definitely difficult, and by far the much harder or much more difficult to deal with than the pain.
Anybody who goes through these type of injuries, and you're a competitor, you're professional, being paid, you like to have that carrot that's dangled. Like, you almost have to use it as inspiration, as motivation, that I'm going to get back, I'm going to try to get back. But how realistic is it that is a possibility for you, or is that just the mindset of I'm going to prepare to be able to play again this year?
Yeah, it's something that, like I said, I work out every day to try to increase my range of motion and increase my strength in my legs so that I can be back as fast as I can. And whether that's this year, whether that's this summer, whether that's next year, I kind of just will let that happen. But for sure, as a competitor, I'm trying to come back faster than anyone else has done it. It's just one of those things where you don't want to push it and, maybe hurt something else because you've been off for so long, or they keep me sticking to a pretty strict protocol. So that's what I do.
What did you tell your daughters when it happened, or your wife tell them?
Yeah, well, they're both like super young. One of them is 2.5, the other one's 1.5. So
okay.
They don't understand too much of what's going on. They just they saw that Daddy had a boo-boo, and so they'll run up to it and give it a hug or give it a kiss. Initially, I had a big cast, and so they were decorating it with stickers and drawing on it a little bit. It really gave me some perspective, because they are happy that I'm home more than anything. They don't realize what's going on.
Is it cathartic to talk about this?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, does it help you to talk about this, or is it? I don't know. Some people don't want to talk about it, or have you seen the video, or you just that happened? I have to move. I don't want to be reminded of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things where I think talking about, I'm seeing a sports psychologist once a week, and, we talk about the injury and then talk about moving forward and, talk about some of the positives that can come from it. I think if you continually watch the tape or talk about it and then just dwell on that and dwell on the negatives, it can really, spiral into a deep depression. But, talking about it and talking about how, I'm able to work on different things that I might not be able to do if I was in the middle of the season, just with the workloads and playing a lot of minutes, spinning it different ways so you can look at the positives is something that I've been trying to work on. And so for me, I'm kind of out of that depression phase.
He's Gordon Hayward, the Celtics guard, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. How many times you looked at the video?
I've seen it once all the way through, and then I've seen parts of it here or there, just watching on the TV. But I've only seen it once all the way through. Body go into shock? Yeah, it definitely does. I still remember the play like it was just yesterday, and kind of looking down at my ankle and seeing it in the complete wrong direction. And I'll probably always remember that part, but it's one of those things where you kind of I start to think about it and just don't realize that it really happened,
But I don't know if your therapist talks about this. Do you make sure you don't change your game? You still have to go out and play the way you normally played to become this all-star and, this free agent that the Celtics signed, right?
Yeah, no, that's 100% true. And, the play that we ran there, I've done that play probably 60, 70 times last year. And so I think, when I'll be 100% is when I'm able to mentally run that same play again and not even think twice. And I think that's, that's another hurdle at the end where you might be physically, I could be physically 100%, but I'm going to have to, get past the mental part of it as well.
We spent a lot of time yesterday talking about Kobe Bryant. Didn't know if you had a favorite Kobe Bryant story for us.
Well, for me, it was his last game because I was directly involved with it. We were there. I got a full, front row seat to that 60-point game, and I don't think I'll ever play in a game with that type of atmosphere, where it seemed like every time he caught the ball, the whole crowd was chanting for him to score, and if you played defense, people were getting mad at you. And so it was definitely an interesting game, a cool experience, nonetheless. And like I said, that's probably my favorite one.
How many did he score on you, though, Gordon?
I don't know. I know that he scored 60 on us altogether, so there was probably quite a few on me.
I think it's a pretty cool thing that you have the #1 best-selling Celtics jersey at Dick's Sporting Goods. Explain that.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah, no, it is cool. And Dick's has a jersey report. Dick's Sporting Goods has a jersey report that they update daily. And I think it is pretty cool that, you can go on and see, exactly what players have, the most jersey sales. And for me, it's I would say probably a lot of it would be just because I moved over to the Celtics, and, Boston is huge, passionate sports fan base. But still, I think pretty cool that, I'm not even playing and they're still supporting me. So it's awesome.
Well, good luck in the recovery. And you know what? You'll look back and say you got a chance to spend a whole lot of time at home, certainly with your daughters. And, if that's the reward out of it, still a pretty good reward.
That's right. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Gordon.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.